All right.
How
This
we doing?
fan's view is back home.
We are.
Back home. Some of us, not all of us.
Right.
Lauren and Anthony are a few hours still on the road. They may be joining us. Lauren had said if she could get Wi-Fi service, she may jump in and join us. Otherwise, it's you and me, Johnny. So
There you go.
we got all night to discuss and figure out what the hell's going on in the sports world here in Philadelphia.
Well, and what are we now? Officially a week now since Stephanie and Shawnee got married?
Well, it's a week tomorrow. 1 week and yes.
Well, today's official week, right? Because that'll be 8 days next on Thursday.
Okay. All right.
Because about 6:30, you guys are probably finishing up, right?
Tomorrow on a Thursday night, yes.
Well, on Thursday, yeah, but that's today's actually 7 days. You counting on your fingers?
I only count 6, but okay.
All right. Maybe I'm wrong then. I don't know.
That's all right.
It's
in
Wednesday.
Any event, beautiful wedding, great vacation, a lot of good baseball. Thank you, Joe Stinger, for coming to find us, and we had a good time meeting up with a lot of folks.
Yeah, a big party down there. Bunch of guys meeting up and everybody.
Yeah. Clearwater is a great spot for us, for Sue and I. We've been going since 2007, the year before the championship. But we're back home, safe and sound, safe travels. I think everybody that was part of that wedding party is officially home, except for Lauren and Anthony. Met a lot of Sean's friends from his Delaware days of playing Little League and just about everything. So, it was a good one. It was a good one. So, Shawnee, he's not on yet. I don't know where he's at, but there he is. He is. He didn't disappoint. He did not disappoint.
I thought after almost a week now, he got cut off from watching the show, I guess.
No, I got honorable mention though. I'm proud.
There you go.
I got honorable mention, and the biggest baddest ass bag of peanut chews that I've ever seen in my entire life. So I thought you gave gifts for a wedding. Here I'm getting gifts.
There you go.
From the bride and groom. So peanut chews. The old Goldberg peanut chew.
Very cool.
Yeah, awesome. Hey, bring us up to speed where we're at on this NCAA bracket. There can't be many people left in this pool, can there?
Man, it was crazy watching that weekend. It was like all you kept seeing was upset alert, going on. It was teams going down left and right. Purdue, top number 1 seed going down to Fairleigh Dickinson, I believe it was, if I got that right. And it was, all the big teams, Kentucky, Kansas.
Hey, if I have my information correct, I think the Fairleigh Dickinson coach was hired by Notre Dame today.
Was he?
I believe so. I think I read that. And if I have it screwed up, maybe it's the Penn State coach leaving Penn State to go to Notre Dame.
I think it was Penn State. I saw something.
I screwed that up royally, but the Penn State coach left to go to Notre Dame. Villanova women. Yeah, how about it? Sweet 16.
First time in a long time, wasn't it?
Oh, very long time.
Yeah.
Very good for them. They're off to I don't know where they play this weekend. South Carolina, I want to say.
Down there, with Dawn Staley.
They got a potential WNBAer on that team. What's her name? Maddie Segrist, I believe. Hell of a woman's player. She probably could kick some men's butt.
Ben Simmons, definitely.
Definitely Ben Simmons. Save your Ben Simmons story for the end of the night, and hopefully we won't have time for it.
Exactly. Stephanie wants to know how many of those peanut chews you have left.
Stephanie wants to know. Not as many as she gave me.
It was a long car ride home, right?
Not as many as she gave me. It's if it's not my favorite candy, I don't know what is.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know what is. I've got to be careful because I can't devour them all in one. I'll say 1 month. I got to be careful. So,
have you ever gone to their plant there in Northeast Philly? Or
I have not. Have you?
I haven't gone into it. No, I drive by it all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, look at that! I got it.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Here's the deal. So we're sitting around talking about the wedding and plans, and I didn't know anything about these great bags that Stephanie had put together for all the guests, and she's naming all this stuff, and it's all Philly related type stuff, and I'm like, don't forget the peanut chews, and she looked at me. He looked at me like, what are you talking about? Next thing I know, she's on her Amazon account and dials them up and has them delivered to our hotel room. She did not disappoint.
She was like, it was like the lakes. You call it, you went over to FDR Park calling it the lakes.
Yep.
You didn't know what was going on.
Yep. Joe Stinger has a friend that works there or worked there.
Oh, nice.
They're still in business after all these years. I know Lauren used to have some connection with them through the Hamels Foundation.
Oh, okay.
They always donated. They're always, they're always into the Philly, the Philly thing.
Right.
You go into Wawa, Wawa's got them. I don't have to buy them for a very long time. So I'm a spoiled little brat right now. So
yeah,
pretty excited about it. Back to the bracket.
Yeah, we had 40 teams, and now we're down to 17 teams that actually have their champion still viable. So it's pretty
That's
intense.
pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, with all the upsets, that is pretty good. With having it there, and Brian Brown, right at the moment, he's in first place. He had 440 points up to this point, but unfortunately, he went down with Purdue. So he's holding on right now with points. So he needs a couple other teams to, especially Alabama. He needs them to go down.
Okay. Well, if that happens, man, you might as well close out the pool. Yeah.
So Jeff Pickett is in second place with 430 points, and he's got Bama going. And then my cousin's daughter, Allie the Assassin Downey, she's right there with them as Bama as well with 430 points. So
excellent, very cool.
That could be a tiebreaker situation there with the scores. That'll be interesting to see how that works.
I think we owe everybody, an announcement on a prize, which I don't think we ever did, but it's going to be an autographed Villanova basketball from one of the championship players. So that would bring it to 2016 or 18, and he is now in the NBA. So it's a pretty good name. It'll be an autographed Villanova basketball to the winner. So whoever's listening, whoever played, there's the prize. All you got to do is win and come to the store and pick up your prize, or we'll figure out shipping if you're not local. Yep. So NBA player. So that kind of, brings it down to a few, I guess.
Yeah. Still some good selections there.
Yeah.
We got the big battle royal though between Henry and Emily. Yeah.
Easy, because I'm going to be with them tomorrow night. So I need it to be friendly.
Emily is getting her butt kicked.
Oh.
Henry's putting the foot down,
Uh-oh.
and not letting up. But unfortunately, Emily signed up for it, but she didn't complete her bracket, so
Oh,
she doesn't.
no.
So technically, she doesn't have any picks.
Oh, no.
So Henry, even though he's not doing as well, but he still has bragging rights that he's going to win. So yeah, so she unfortunately something happened where the bracket didn't get submitted properly, but it works out.
All right.
Henry gets a win. She's not going to be happy about it, but Henry gets the win by default.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
So you'll have to get the story and the scoop and let me know what happens.
All right, I'll do my best. But like I said, I want it to be a friendly night tomorrow night at the Flyers. So yeah, yikes. Yikes. Uh-oh, here she comes.
By default. See, there it is.
By default. There you go.
Yeah.
She defends herself.
Oh,
she's a Philly girl. She'll kick your ass.
Yes, she will. Yep. So,
yep.
So yeah, it's been going well. We like I said, we had 40 people join, so
she's leaving Henry at home. Just an FYI. I love it. I love it.
Tell Henry it's a Friday game, not Thursday.
Hey, let's keep this ball rolling and talk a little World Baseball Classic.
Yeah.
How great was last night's game?
It was classic. You know,
if you're a baseball fan, I mean, how good was that?
Yeah, that was great. That was great baseball. You know, seeing the Team Japan, battle at the plate, like they were saying on the TV, like you couldn't tell which guy was the home run hitter on the team, which guy wasn't. I mean, they all had the same approach, which was good to see. The fundamentals on that team was amazing. And then their coach, I mean, he had it set up properly, to have Darvish and Ohtani to finish out the game with their young pitching that got them through the early parts of the game. And
yep.
Yeah, it was sad to see though, because Trey Turner would have been the MVP. With 5 home runs.
The Ohtani, Mike Trout matchup.
Yeah.
With both of them bringing out, their country's flags. Just the matchup, all night long.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was great to see Trey Turner. He's been on fire.
Yep.
That's a hell of a spring training if that's the way you want to grade them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Schwarber, same thing.
Yeah, not to be outdone by the Schwarbomb. And then our Gold Glove catcher, JT Realmuto.
He was batting over 600.
Great representation, from the Phillies.
Yeah.
I saw where Taiwan Walker was back in camp already today.
Yeah.
But the game itself, it's funny because look at the way Japan came back the night before against who was it? Mexico, right?
Yeah, that was a good game.
Oh my gosh, the games have been, and you know what? And all kidding aside, no, the shift was still in play. There was no time clocks. There was no pitch clocks. I mean, it was baseball at its best. It really was.
And did anybody worry and complain about how long the game was?
No.
I mean, just to watch. No. I mean, that's why I don't know how it's going to work out during the regular season. With this pitch clock and worrying about it and stuff. But we'll see how it works. But no shorter bases.
All right, I got a question for you because I know you follow this pretty deep into the the foundation of a lot of these teams. Ohtani came out of Japan, right?
Yeah.
I mean, those are few and far between, right?
Oh yeah.
He's probably the best in Major League Baseball today.
Oh yeah.
Bar none.
Pretty much, yeah. He's one of the best pitchers.
However you want to tag him as a pitcher, as a designated hitter, whatever.
Right.
Is there another player of that likeness on that team? I know they talked. I know they talked about, I guess, another pitcher.
There's two pitchers I think that are going to potentially get there.
Yeah, I know one of them. Right, you have to submit a bid. Is
right, yeah,
is that correct?
For all of them, you'll have to submit a bid on them. But I think the pitcher that pitched yesterday, I believe it was. I think the one pitched yesterday, one pitched against Mexico. Both of those, have a chance to get to the major leagues.
Okay.
The kid from who hit the home run to put them, I think, tied the game against Mexico off of JoJo, the lefty. He's in Boston this year. He was the big guy that they was brought over, which the Phillies he was in love with Harper's buddy, so that he was hoping to get here to Philadelphia, but unfortunately he wasn't able to. But
okay,
but he's at least close enough on the East Coast.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean they have a few guys, and then that cleanup hitter, 55, he has a chance as well, to do some damage, and then a couple of technicalities that Lars Nootbaar or whatever that let off for them. He's here playing with the Cardinals so already, but
right,
he wasn't part of their league. But
all right, yeah. Well, kudos to Team Japan. They they walked away from it, and you know what? I mean, it was a great job by everybody. I think. Oh, yeah. I mean, we got to see a lot of the games out of Florida, right? Isn't that where they were? Miami.
Well, Miami had all the Dominicans and Cuba and Puerto Rico.
Great job. Great job. I wish those I wish those fans came out and supported the Marlins.
Right.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was sold out crowds.
Yeah. But great job, great baseball. Great way to start the season next week rather.
Right.
The season gets underway.
It was interesting. I heard today. What would you think of this? That they do like the pre-trial games or the earlier stages of the games in spring training like they did this year, and then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of All-Star break do the semifinals and the finals.
Oh,
to potentially do it that way to get, since that part of the season isn't Wednesday, Thursday.
You're talking something very similar to what hockey does, where they have a 2-week break.
Yeah, but you're only doing those couple of days where the teams are off anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. They seem to have their format down pretty well. Don't tell that to the Astros or the Mets, because they lost 2 key players for a couple of months. But I don't know. They're probably, I don't know, the TV revenue's got to be super, super strong. And, what they got going is a winning combination right now. So I don't know that they need to make change.
Right. Yeah. No, and I think you would, by having that long of a separation from March to July,
right?
That would be a little bit of like, that's right. You haven't made the finals yet, type of thing. And I don't know that would be the best way, but that was interesting that they talked about it. The kind of
Ryan Hannigan jumping on board. We met him and Gail down in Clearwater at one of the games. Joe Stinger.
I like the pictures with them doing the going head first down the slides, the water slides today. I think it was for Ryan.
Was that current?
I think it was. I saw something when I was scrolling on Facebook today.
All right. Well, if you're still there, was that a current situation? And give us a little backstory on what that was.
Looked like you and Gail were having some fun.
I did not. I don't think I saw it. Maybe I did. I'm trying to catch up with just what day it is and where I'm at. I mean, it's been, I swear it was crazy 2 weeks, and just unbelievable. Hey, and I know I've said it, and a lot of people follow me with my daily, my daily blog and whatnot. If you've never done the trip to Clearwater to see your Phillies, you have to. It is probably the best trip that you will. I mean, you got to be a baseball fan first and foremost. You can visit plenty of other, cities down here in Florida that are probably no more than an hour away, 2 hours if you really want to get crazy. You can see, you go over to Dunedin where the Toronto Blue Jays are, and you can see everything that's going on. Just a phenomenal trip. That was from a few years back in Aruba, John.
Okay.
Memory today, so just wanted to share some positivity. Well, thank you.
It looked like fun.
Thank you. And Joe Stinger, that's why I'm living in Florida now, because he's a baseball guy and he enjoys he enjoys Clearwater, and it's
Kevin's in Dunedin now.
Yeah, he's over there at Frenchie's, and that's a good little spot. Sue and I have done that on our trips over to Dunedin's. A very, very cool little town. I spent last Wednesday there. That's why I had some speaking issues last Wednesday night. So I'll admit it, but I had a great time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You're at Cafe Al Fresco? Well, excuse me. That sounds expensive.
Shawnee wants to know about the helmets, about the advertising on the helmets. I didn't
Shawnee is. I can tell you right now where he's going with that. He is not a fan.
Right.
He's not a fan of it.
Yeah. I didn't like it when I first saw it, but after a while, it goes away. You don't really notice it too much. So I don't know if that is hurtful for the sponsorships that it gets, not being seen there type of thing. But after a while, you kind of tune it out. But yeah, I didn't. Unfortunately, that's the way of things are going.
Well, yeah. You look around all of sports. The Sixers. Have got the crypto.com, cryptic.com on their jersey.
Yeah, soccer's got their stuff.
Soccer's got theirs. Hockey's got theirs.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time.
Oh yeah.
Do you think someday Carl's cards will be on the back of it? No, I do not. I do not. I don't have that kind of coin, Joe Stinger. I do not have that kind of coin, nor will I go and no. I'll say no. I'll say no. Not unless you want a custom jersey, then we can do just about anything.
Right. There you go.
So
yeah.
I don't know. Don't like the advertising on the helmets. You know what? It's part of the sports nowadays.
Right.
I think you're going to see it. I think you're going to see it all over. It's just part of what we're going through these days.
Yeah.
With everything.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. Stop. If I had your money, I'd burn mine. Okay, Ryan. Okay. We can compare checkbooks if you like. I think you'll win that race. But anyway, let's talk a little Phillies.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, with your vacation, your trip there, what was a couple, obviously other than the wedding and stuff, but what was a couple of your other big highlights that you had throughout the?
Well, highlights, lowlights. Speaking about the names on and logos of advertising. I was kind of pissed off. St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
The Phillies and all of Major League Baseball, no green uniforms.
Yeah.
No green uniforms. Pissed me off.
Yeah.
Just not a good look. It's something that the fans really look forward to. They end up donating those jerseys to charity. They make money for the charities. that doesn't make any sense for a one game situation. Doesn't make any sense to me. I'm sorry.
No, and Nike should, they have the exception, Joe. That's the reason why there are only four types of jerseys you can use. But
Right.
It's spring training. What's the one, so you have a fifth one, and it's just for it's just strictly for spring training. It's not like you're doing it in the middle of the season that it's a, come on, like you said, it's all the money that's raised for that for those things. It's not. It's crazy. Nike missed the boat there on that with again, corporate people, missing the boat on things. Oh, you can only have 4 jerseys. Well, it's just during the regular season I could see it, but you got a nice spring training game. You could have a nice jersey there.
Yeah, kudos to Bailey Falter. I don't know if anybody picked up on Bailey's green spikes on St. Patrick's Day. I can only imagine what Bryce Harper's spikes would have looked like on St. Patrick's Day had he been playing.
Yeah.
But to get back to you, I was able to attend a couple of batting practices over at the stadium, which they open up a lot of mornings, and there's usually no more than 30, 40 fans there. Well, anyway, Brandon Marsh, I'm his number one fan right now. He came over, signed autographs for the whole row. One particular lady, and I don't know her name, but I believe she was traveling with the Kevin Kramer group. Kevin can jump in and let us know. Well, she started a conversation with Brandon and talking about her dad and how he's been a lifelong Phillies fan and wasn't able to make the trip. Could Brandon do a little video that she could send to her father? Which, without even a pause, Brandon's like, absolutely. So he did this video. Turns to the lady and says,
Maria.
I'm sorry?
Maria is the lady.
Okay. Can you come over here and pointed to the Hooter dugout suite area? I want to give you a hug. Now, this is a Major League Baseball player now, mind you.
Who's never met her before.
Never met her before, right? Unbelievably, just so positive. And so they do this hug. And he goes, there was another small part of the conversation to stick around to the end of batting practice. He brings his game-used bat over to her, asks for the Sharpie, remind me of his name again, to Bill, and just get well soon, best wishes, just labeled this stick up with you name it and said, here, take this home to Dad.
Wow.
And I was just... I got goosebumps. I got goosebumps right now thinking about that whole thing. Well, here's a Major League Baseball player. He didn't have to do that.
No.
You know what I mean? He went over and above. And I will never forget this story. And I know Maria won't forget it. I know Kevin Kramer won't forget it. It just, that's what it's about.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That's what it's about. I know there's, a lot of, players, get, pointed at and accused of being standoffish and, not wanting to give an autograph or even, come over and take a photo. But tell you what, folks, Brandon Marsh, you're my guy.
Oh yeah.
That was outstanding. And just a hell of a thing for him to do. And, again, like I said, he I don't think he wanted to leave. I think he wanted to continue the conversation. And, I wouldn't be a bit surprised that Maria could probably get free tickets to any game at the Phillies and hopefully bring her pops to the game and just an unbelievable story. And to witness it. You know what I mean? To witness it. So,
and that's the stuff that doesn't get spoken about enough.
No, it does not. There was no media around to pick up on it. There was no nothing. It was just a feel good story. It was just a beautiful, beautiful several moments. And our manager, Rob Thompson. Just a very likable, approachable. Signed everybody's autograph prior to the practice even began. Never
Wow.
saw anything like that before.
Mm.
Came up the row, and anybody that wanted an autograph, he was there, and spoke, and just a good vibe, good vibrations,
Yeah.
good vibrations. I
And
got some bad ones, but I'm not sharing those because I got good positive energy
right.
going on right now, and we'll leave it at that. It was a great trip. I'm just hoping the Phillies can. John, help me out here. We're down 2 pitchers now. How are we gonna fix this?
Oof, oof. I know that's tough. The news from Ranger Suarez wasn't good. He's probably going to miss the start of the season a little bit. Hopefully not too long, but it was his elbow. Now it's into his forearm that he's got the tightness. So I'm not liking that a little bit. They're saying Andrew Painter is going to be able to start throwing in a couple of weeks once that 4-week stretch is over. So you're a little cautious there with him. 19-year-old, you don't want to push him too much right away.
Right.
You got too much tied up in him. Yeah, I mean we talked about it. You might need to go out and go grab somebody.
Well,
a little bit before the show we were talking about it.
They've got some extra pieces,
right? What about Scott Kingery?
Scott Kingery, thank you.
Yeah.
I was trying to put too many words together.
Exactly.
Scott Kingery's having a hell of a spring. So is Cody Clemens.
Yeah.
Right. Having a hell of a spring. There's 2 guys that at the beginning of camp, would you even imagine, that they'd be in the conversation to be making the team?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. No, you wouldn't. And you have a little bit of surplus there now with a couple of hitters that. I know it's a pipe dream, but my goal would be to get Sandy Alcantara, whatever you can do, go out and do what you can do to get him. And he's locked up until 2027. So, which is perfect for our window, and at a fairly good number. If you do what you got to do, like you were talking earlier, maybe Mick Abel and McGarry. Even if you had to do a Rojas type of deal, with the 3 of them, I had talked about throwing Painter in there if one, mix around if you had to, but that would be a shot in the arm. You get a caliber pitcher like Alcantara on this team to go along with Wheeler and Nola and Suarez and Walker. That's a nice rotation to have.
Well, you already burned the Marlins once, so I don't know how quick they are to jump back in bed with another trade after you dumped Sanchez on them a few years ago.
Yeah, but they're always looking for the prospects. So you're dang on those prospects, Adam. With the high pitching staffs, that'll keep their fans, the couple that they have, excited that, hey, the future is still bright. You look at all these young guys that we got in our stable here, and yeah, I mean it'll be interesting to see. But I think they got to do something.
All right.
What you make a move now because.
Well, I think a move is necessary for the pitching staff because I don't think you can come north with Walker, Nola, and Wheeler,
right?
As your 3 starters.
Yeah, because now you're bumping Bailey Falter up from a 5 to a 4 now.
I'm not saying he's not deserving, but he's
right. No.
He's working towards a situation. So now all of a sudden you put him on the hot seat, and
exactly.
Who knows? We've seen guys' careers get put in jeopardy because they're pushing.
Right. I mean, Bailey's perfect, perfect guy for doing the, long man guy. Here spot starts here and there. Work them in the rotation at times.
Sure.
I mean, if it wasn't for him in September last year, the Phillies may not have even made the playoffs the way he pitched for us last year.
Well, you had a few guys that
right
that
stepped up.
They gave them that couple innings right at that moment that they most needed it, and
right.
That's why we got into Red October. So hopefully, hopefully they get this figured out in the next week or so.
Right.
Like I said, Clemens has to have trade value. Kingery has to have some trade value. Neither one, I don't believe, are on the 40-man. So
right.
You're going to have to figure out something somewhere. But we'll see. Who's going to be the closer? I think it's closer by committee. What do you think, John?
That's what they're talking. Yeah, I think. I mean, and it's a good thing to have because you got, Kimbrel can do it, Sir Anthony can do it, Alvarado can do it, and Soto can do it. It's just you got all these guys that can do it, so you don't have to. You work the matchups basically,
right.
And I mean, in my thinking, I think now that you have all these extra arms that you can go at it with teams, maybe Sir Anthony becomes the guy that does it, for the long haul or the majority of it. But there's going to be nights when other guys are going, you're going to need, a couple lefties are going to be in there. So you get Alvarado or Soto to come in and.
Well, this is probably, correct me if I'm wrong, John. This is the deepest bullpen that we've had in a very, very. I mean, this bullpen's probably better than the 2008 bullpen.
Oh yeah, I mean, just looking at it on paper, names wise, yeah. I mean, Connor Brogdon is a good player as well, and he's fit. He's like talking about fit in that road. As far as names that you're throwing out there, and
he's had a great camp too. I think he gave up his first walk the other day.
Right, and not to diminish on him, but I mean that just shows how deep this bullpen is. And you throw a Bailey Falter in with the mix as well. So yeah, I mean they got some.
I know another young name is that Christopher Sanchez that they're trying to develop.
He got hurt a little bit too. I'm not sure. I haven't heard anything on him.
Yeah, he left the game nicked up. I was at.
Oh, okay.
There's another young fella, and the name escapes me. He's gotten a lot of innings with the big league squad this year. I believe he was in AA last year. Appears to be on the fast track.
Okay.
I think the Phillies have some young arms. All of a sudden, right? All of a sudden.
Well, I think a lot of it becomes when you have that depth at the top. When you throw in, a younger guy, he's okay at that point. Instead of being the guy at the top of the rotation or at the top of the food chain in the bullpen. If he's coming in and has to just do his job, and hey, we're going to be able to match you up in the fifth inning to get the best matchup for you. Here, go out and do your job. Where there's not as much pressure, it works a lot better. And
100%. Yep.
That's a nice thing that Dombrowski's built that completely up. And
well, like you said, and you've drilled it in my head. You need to have a strong 40-man team,
right,
for 162 games.
Oh yeah.
You need to have those pieces and parts throughout, whether it's AA, whether it's AAA. And the Phillies have shown that, you know what I mean? How quickly Maton, who was part of that trade with Matt Verling, to get Soto and, Cody Clemens here, right? There's been a couple other, guys that have fast-tracked right from Reading to the squad, the current team. And it's a change, it's a good, positive change to see that the system is now working.
Right. Was Hans Kraus one of the guys that you were thinking about in the bullpen?
He's been bouncing back and
Right.
forth, but he did pitch the other day.
Yeah, he's been pitching pretty decently, this spring. So
yep.
So like you said, it's a nice feeling now that you having Dombrowski in the fold. It just shows.
Well, he knows he's got
exactly.
the track record.
Exactly.
He's got the track record. He's done it in where? He's done it in Detroit. He's done it in Boston, Miami. He's done it. He knows. He attends every game. He charts every game. He knows what's going on.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, he knows.
It might be a small move or whatever that you may think, and it's like, oh, well, why are you doing that? And then it proves out to be, why it's just those little subtle things that he does.
Well, just like here's another name, Jake Cave, right? He's been getting a lot of playing time.
Exactly.
He probably, if it weren't for the fact that you got Schwarber playing left field, he might be your starting left fielder on some of these bad Phillies teams.
Right. Oh yeah.
Am I right?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, he's having and like you're saying, for a trade piece for a pitcher, maybe he's another guy before
you're going to have to pack it. I think, to get, you got to get out early. You got to,
right.
You cannot let the season put you in a hole. So, you're going to have to do something. Now, I know early on in the season, you're not going to need 5 starters.
Correct.
I think we know that.
Right.
You know what I mean? But they need to figure something out.
But you also don't want to burn the guys out early as well.
Exactly. Because they're only going to pitch 6 innings anyway, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
you're not going to want to. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, this year's going to be fun, and just watching the baseball classic. I mean, it just shows you, you're never out of it. With this team. And we got good news for Bryce Harper. Being here, hopefully earlier than later. End of May, hopefully he'll be here. So that's it's a good thing. So
give me a hell yeah, Dave Phillips. That's Dave Phillips, one of Shawnee's friends. I hung out with him a lot, probably too much. He got me in trouble. He got me in a little trouble. So give me a hell yeah, Dave Phillips from Arizona. But again, Phillies are. We're going to be right there. We're going to be right there with the Mets, the Braves. We're going to be right there, right through it all.
And like you're saying, I mean, you want to jump out early because the Mets had, it was sad to see, with Diaz getting hurt there, during the celebration, just not doing anything dumb or anything. I mean, just jumping and celebrating their win. Yeah. And he's out for the year, So I mean, that's.
Is he out for the year?
That's pretty much what they're thinking. Yeah, he's going to have surgery and he's going to probably be done for the year. So
wow.
That's going to hurt them, But they also have the deep pockets too. That they're, you can't let them hang around if they go get a closer, and then push them over the top. So, it'll be important here to jump out early and, like you said, and.
Hey, speaking of the stinking Mets, did you see the former Philly that's with the Mets now? Does anybody remember the name Darren Ruff?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
But I didn't see what he did. What did he do?
Yeah, he signed with them.
Oh, just because he signed with them. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was with the Giants last year, and
I think the last couple of years he came back from Japan. He was playing over there. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And revived his career, and now we got to put up with him with the stinking Mets.
Right.
But anyway, we can always circle back if we have time. Real quick, the Sixers, up until the other night, they were on an 8-game winning streak.
Yeah, they've been playing good.
They're still, what are they? Correct me if I'm wrong. I think they're third in the division still.
Yeah, they keep flip-flopping there. Yeah,
the
conference. They keep flip-flopping there. They're second or third. It's all percentage points right at the moment. So,
right.
It's.
Yeah, I think if they win tonight, they can jump back into the second spot.
Right, exactly. So, I mean, it's all back and forth. I mean, they've only lost 3 times now with Wednesday, their last game that they lost against the Bulls. I mean, they've only lost 3 times since the All-Star break.
Right.
So I mean, they've been playing well. One of them was unfortunately the game you guys were there, and it was a buzzer beater against the Celtics.
Yeah.
Um,
Don't remind me.
no, I know, but
Don't
just
remind me.
that's how good they've been, you know, and actually ever since they've been
And
12
the
and
loss the other night against the Bulls was double overtime.
right. And the scheduling, screwed them up with that. And you had a road trip. You just came back. You stay for one game, and then you're back out on the road for this time.
Yep.
It was like, and
Yeah,
then like you said, to go
this
to
is
double
another tough
overtime.
road trip. This is
Right.
another tough road trip. Caesar's reminding us that Darren Ruff is an R. Phil's legend. He was a fan favorite. Everybody liked him. He's one of those good guys. Yeah. So yeah, the Sixers Bulls tonight in Chicago. Looking for a little retaliation from the loss. I guess it was Monday night.
Yeah, I think it was Monday. Yeah, because Wednesday. Yeah, we had the day off yesterday.
Hopefully we can get back on the winning streak of that. Let's keep moving here because the Eagles big conversation the past week, right? Since free agency kicked in.
Yeah, they filled a lot of holes.
How he's been wheeling and dealing. What are your thoughts?
I like it so far. I mean, what he's done. I mean, you knew you were going to lose some guys just because of the upcoming signing that we're going to have to do with Hurts. So I mean, I think Gardner Johnson, you losing him and Hargrave are as the two big pieces. Hurts a little bit, but I'd rather have Bradbury and Slay back there. You have you lost TJ Edwards as well, but hopefully Nakobe Dean's going to.
How about this kid? They brought in from the Bears?
Morrow. Morrow. Yeah, Nicholas Morrow. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like trying to justify why the Bears signed TJ Edwards and let this guy walk.
Right. It was like you just traded the two.
I'm basically. Like, what am I missing here?
Right.
That's a nice little pickup for the Birds.
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah.
For a team that doesn't, lean heavy on the linebacker position.
Right. Yeah.
So,
then they got Justin Evans, safety, from the Saints that, helps there as well. This Greedy Williams is another corner, from the Browns, which hopefully will help. And, probably one of the sneakier pickups is, and hopefully he doesn't get used, but Marcus Mariota.
Yeah. How about that? We finally get Marcus Mariota.
Yeah.
How about that? We've been talking about that for what, 10 years now?
Yeah. Yeah. Ever since Chip. I mean, I think that's
that's a nice little,
insurance plan.
I can see a little 2-quarterback set running out there for a gimmick play.
Yeah, maybe. But I mean, at least now if and hopefully it doesn't happen, but Hurts gets knocked out for a game or so, the offense isn't going to change much with Mariota. The defense is going to have to, pay attention to the run.
One better, and not that I care how the Colts spend their money, but what are they thinking? What are they thinking?
Get Minshew.
Oh my God! Do you see the money they paid him?
Yeah, it's monopoly money.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy! I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still shaking my head.
Yeah,
I mean, still shaking my head over Daniel Jones making $40 million. I mean, that's but that's New York Giants' problem. But I mean, it's just.
Let me while we're still talking Birds, what do you think about the Eagles franchising Hurts for 1 year?
That's a good question. I mean, they may. It keeps going back to like your question, like with Maxey going to the bench, like with young guys, what's it going to do to their head? Is what I'm thinking about right at the moment.
Well, I'm just thinking, they do a backroom type deal and say, look, you need to help us out. We need to franchise you this year. You're going to get, it's a handshake agreement. You're going to get paid. You know what I mean? We just need to have some flexibility.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that possibly, but unfortunately, I don't know that Hurts can take that risk being a quarterback in this league, and you don't have a contract after this, so it's kind of like, Um, yeah, it's tough. You know,
It's
it's
kind of like what Baltimore did with Lamar Jackson.
right.
That's what they wanted to do, and you see where where that went.
Exactly. That's my hesitation. Think giving you a response there. Yeah, it's a tough one. It may happen. Like you said, because you might have um, to do something like that to be able to keep a team around Hurts. Um, because I mean it was kind of sounded like part of the reason how he tried to do that with CJ Gardner Johnson with his 3-year deal for $24 million, and he was really only getting 4 or 7 million the first 2 years,
Yeah,
and
well, it was backloaded, right?
then 17 is in his 3rd year. So it's kind of like, I guess, like you were saying, he's trying to hey help us out here, to be able to sign these players, but
right.
you know
Yeah.
not many players want to take that gamble.
Well, I mean, and again, you talk about the risk of an injury on a 1-year
Right.
deal with Detroit. I mean,
Right.
that's where you're going to go. I
Exactly.
mean, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, Detroit's a decent team, come up and coming, but like you said, to take a risk, it's not like they're winning the Super Bowl next year. Even though CJ Gardner wants to say that the Lions have a better roster right now than the Eagles did last year at going into the Super Bowl, but I don't know.
Excuse me while I laugh in your face.
Right. Exactly. You had 20 Pro Bowlers on this roster last year. I don't know that the Lions have 20 Pro Bowlers, but
well,
okay.
I mean, everybody's gonna, you're gonna have one guy going away mad. You
Right.
know what I mean? And
Exactly.
apparently, he's our guy.
Yeah. I mean, the same thing with Hargrave. Hargrave was saying, was talking trash.
Right.
If Brock Purdy played the whole game, it would have been a different story. Well, and if I was there, with you guys, it's like,
yeah,
come on,
Yep. Talk it up. Talk it up. Talk is cheap.
Exactly. But yeah, I mean, the only guys really, is CJ Gardner and Hargrave that you lost. I mean, Zach Pascal, losing him to the Arizona is a little bit of a hit.
He's
He's a 3rd or 4th
he
wide
follows
receiver.
the coach around, right?
Right.
He
Exactly.
follows the he was with the Colts, right? Then he came to the Birds. Now he's with Arizona, right? So he's following the coach around.
Steichen out there.
So good for him. You know what I mean? It's it's all about positivity, and if these guys are happy with their new spot, and they're getting paid, at their level, hey.
Yeah. I mean, and like you said, I mean, it wasn't like he did a lot of catching passes and stuff, but he he did the dirty work, the passing and that kind of stuff. But
and he was effective for us.
Right. Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? He filled in, and
you need guys like that want to do the dirty work, and not have all the glory themselves. But
yeah, for sure. What else did I have to ask you about the Eagles? The coaching moves. Are you okay with the direction of the coaching, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator? I see they just brought back a veteran defensive coach that was, I don't know where he was.
Yeah, no,
I want to say he was like Eastern Michigan or something, but he had coached at Temple. He's been around.
I thought he was a Temple guy. Yeah, yeah. No, I think it's going well. I mean, and so far, Sirianni hasn't given us anything that to other than early in his career. Talking about the watching the plants grow and stuff. But everything on the field, he shows that he knows what he's doing, and he likes, which I like about him. He likes teaching fundamentals,
right?
On top of everything, and he's letting his coaches do the work, and he's overseeing as the CEO of the team.
Gotcha.
Not taking the play calling and stuff. So
I
do like that aspect of it, and the offensive coordinator now is the quarterback coach with Hurts. Hurts knew him since he was young, 6 years old or whatever it was. So I think that'll be okay. And And it's going to be a little bit of a change. You lost 5 starters on defense. For the defensive coordinator coming in to do his job, but
well, some of these young guys, some of these guys that were drafted last year, N'Kobe Dean,
right,
Jordan Davis, they need to step up, right?
right, and that's one of the things that scares me a little bit, because I think they just signed somebody, I think, for defensive line or whatever, and
just an insurance type piece,
and insurance, but it also kind of, hopefully it's just to push Jordan Davis a little bit, or maybe
right. Sure,
maybe there's still a little questions about Jordan Davis and his physical being in shape and being able to play 40 or 50 plays a game instead of 15 to 25 type
right.
of thing.
Yeah.
Because like you said, losing Hargraves, you're going to need him to step up to be the guy that we drafted him for.
Yep.
So
all right. Well, we've killed almost another hour, and I want to end the show on some real positivity, and that's our Philadelphia Flyers.
They're hot right now,
and that's the show, folks.
No, they're playing well. I mean, they're playing hard. Three straight games now they got points.
Yes.
They're playing well. It's just like you said earlier today. It's injuries are killing them. If you could have had a healthy roster with these young guys playing the way they are now, Tortorella's not letting them, give up. Like I heard him earlier today saying, professional athletes, don't tank. Don't. He keeps getting emails and letters sent to him. Why aren't you tanking? And why, do this, do that? And he's like, that's not in our DNA to tank. And
I'll tell you, I'm encouraged, and I say encouraged by this kid Owen Tippett that they got from Florida in the Claude Giroux trade. He's got 25 goals.
Right.
He's got 25 goals. He had his first hattie the other night. He was a force last night against his old team.
Right.
The Flyers have a lot of good youth. Again, they just got bit by the injury bug big time.
Yeah.
Big time. Will Torts be back next year? Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think him and Danny Briere will work together to get this roster figured out. They got some contracts that are coming off the books, which is a good thing. So I'm encouraged by that. I will be there tomorrow night. It's a small business event that we've worked with the Flyers for in the past. So the CCC crew will be in the house tomorrow night. So I'm looking forward to that. I haven't been to a Flyers game in a while, so I'm really looking forward to going down to see the orange and black in person.
When you guys are there, tomorrow, you're going to have Lauren look into it. The carnival this on Sunday. They're having they have a pet adoption for a couple of different places. I don't know if she can get,
Well, coach is heavily involved,
right? Exactly.
with an organization for fostering and adopting senior dogs. Good for him. Good for the organization. Don't forget Monday.
Yes. Another one of those young stars.
The Cates brothers, Noah and Jackson. Noah's, I believe, got 20 goals. Jackson
is line now.
Jackson is working his way up through the Iron Pig, not the Iron Pigs, the Lehigh Valley Phantoms. So they'll be in store on Monday. We got a busy week next week, so rest up, Johnny. We got a lot going on. We got the Gates brothers on Monday, and we got the legendary Ray Didinger at Hanrahan's Irish Pub on Wednesday.
That's going to be great.
That's going to be awesome. I'm really looking forward to it. We'll have 2 of his books available for sale. We're going to get to be able to sit down and have a live podcast with Ray. Talk about the Eagles' moves. Talk about the past season. It's going to be good. Really looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
So yeah, we got a busy. Now that I'm back from vacation, it's time to dig in. We got a lot of stuff going on. For those that are interested, Brandon Graham comes to the store in April. Tickets are on sale now on the website. They'll be available this weekend to walk in and purchase. I believe, what is that date, John? Help me out. The 27th, I believe.
It was late there. Yeah, I think it is the 27th. Yeah, the 27th is a Thursday.
No, it's a Saturday.
Then it's the 29th.
I'm sorry. I'm not well prepared tonight.
The 29th. Would
29th. There you go.
We'll be able to get to talk to them about a few draft picks that were, picked up by the Eagles by then.
Yeah, we'll have some great conversation. So where are we at? What did we miss? I know we missed Lauren and Anthony, and I was hoping that they could pull over on the side of the road and grab a hot spot, but they missed a great show.
Yep. I think Lauren just wants to get home after the Pirates beat the Phillies in their last game.
He's probably still singing that tune.
Exactly. Which is motivating Lauren to keep flooring it to get home.
Yep.
But
you're right, Shawnee. It is draft weekend. Yeah, so that's going to be an interesting day with Brandon Graham.
Yes.
BG's a Haverford. He lives right in the Haverford neighborhood now, so he don't have to come far.
No.
So we're looking forward to it. So thanks to everybody who joined in tonight. Joe Stinger, you were outstanding as usual. Have fun at the game tomorrow.
Yes.
Everyone else that jumped in for a minute or two or three, thank you. Carolyn, thank you. It's always fun. I look forward to Wednesday nights. But I'm really looking forward to next Wednesday night with Ray Didinger at Hanrahan's. That's going to be outstanding.
Yeah, get the pick his brain about the Eagles and upcoming moves.
It's going to be an outstanding night. So come on out, support Hanrahan's. They got great food, great inexpensive beverages. Buy me a beer. Never turn down a free one. You got to push the envelope, right, Johnny?
Exactly.
Got to push the envelope.
If you don't ask, it doesn't happen.
Yep. Again, this Fan's View presented by City Distilling. They're doing an outstanding job as they continue to expand their menu and their horizon to bigger and better things. You can look for them this summer out at our Phil's. The City Sips will be available, out there in Baseball Town. So we're looking forward to a lot of things coming up this baseball season as well. So, Johnny, you got anything else?
No, but we're all good. Come out and meet up with the Cates brothers on Monday. They'll be sitting right here. Take it out my spot, and we'll be good to go.
Yeah.
Watch the NCAA. See what happens there this weekend. And see who else gets knocked out with the tournament here. It's going to be interesting to see how now that the big teams have got the weekend off, or a few days here off, to see how they recover and wake up and realize that they need to play these games. You just can't show up and play.
Yeah, right.
So, but yeah, it'll be fun
for sure. Again, thanks everybody. I hope your Wednesday went well. It's Hump Day. We're already into Thursday tomorrow, and looking forward to an outstanding weekend.
Yes.
So, Johnny, thanks again for holding the fort down for a couple of weeks.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it very much. We're the only card store in Havertown, Joe Stinger. But that's okay. I appreciate the kind words.
Yes.
So, on that note, we'll let everybody get back to their Wednesday night television, and we'll see everyone soon.
Next week.
Take care. Thank you.
Okay.